PANDA board meeting for April 8th, 2015 to order.
Yeah, under the lines.
We're a little short tonight, but we have a quorum. The first item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes of the March board meeting. Rebecca sent those out to everybody. Okay, a motion to approve the minutes? A second? All those in favor? Aye. The minutes are approved. The treasurer's report from our wonderful treasurer.
Not a whole lot is going on. We did, of course, we had gotten the checks from the towns of Red Hook and Rhinebeck, and then I had to create a new line for our grant, and I identified it as a frost grant. So
I never saw you in person to congratulate you and thank you.
Yes, that was great. And everything else is going along smoothly. Like I mentioned before the meeting started, our electric bill was incredibly high. So I don't know what we're going to do about that. But everything else is just normal. We got our big office policy. That's for our broadcast ability, so that if anybody sues us, we're covered.
Right.
But the other bills haven't really come in yet, and we haven't purchased any equipment yet. So not much going on.
All right, we have a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
Yes.
I'll second it.
Okay.
All those in favor?
You're much more formal than David.
All right, the station manager report from Danielle.
We've gotten 17 new programs since March 23rd, which is good because that means we're getting back up to our normal submissions.
Are you doing minutes, Ted?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay.
But he wants someone to take over being the secretary.
Maybe Bill can do it for a while.
Well, we need somebody to replace Dana anyway.
That's another issue. Let's do the station manager report and then we'll talk about
Okay.
David Berman, our consultant, and I went to make the necessary changes
What?
to our account per the information that he got from InMotion Hosting to set up the live streaming, and the rep that he spoke to gave him incorrect information, and we are not going to be able to stream live at that low cost.
So did we waste money?
I wouldn't say we wasted money per se. I mean, we learned a lot. We have other options,
but this was
but
what
they're
we
just
paid
expensive.
him for to come to us with a solution that was thought
And
through.
he brought us 5 solutions.
Yeah, but it wasn't thought through, so it wasn't a solution. Now we spent all this time and effort.
That was only one of the solutions. There were 4 other solutions.
Well, yeah, but he should have known before he brought that to us that it wasn't going to work. I mean, that's what we paid him for, to know that.
Well, I mean, when you call your local cable company and you say, I need this, this, and this, and they
No,
say,
I
yes, that's
understand, but
going
I'm
to work.
tough about these things. That is what we paid him for, to really suss this out and to know that these options were actually real. And before we spent money, he should have made another call and found out for sure whether this was actually going to work. I mean, that kind of annoys me because we spun wheels and spent time and spent money, and what have you been going through since
Well, we just had a couple of meetings.
Yeah, but all that new equipment and stuff that you were...
But our live streaming still doesn't work.
Our live streaming still doesn't work. We didn't buy any equipment or anything for it.
I thought we bought... What went down?
The server went down.
So that's a
The
different
main
issue.
server
Yeah.
that our programming
Well,
was
that's
done
very
for.
disappointing.
Yeah, it is really
So
disappointing.
do we have a live stream solution at all?
There
or
were
we giving up
several.
on
We
that?
can look through that packet again to see if there's something else that we would be interested in doing. But they were at a higher cost that we didn't really see that we have the budget for at this current time. Streaming is a little bit more expensive than I thought it was, which is probably why nobody wanted to touch it to begin with. But that's not my area of expertise, which is why I wanted to bring somebody in to talk to them to see if it would be a possibility. And
I don't even know if it's a necessity right now. Nobody actually, I don't watch anything live on television. I record it and watch it at my convenience. So if our programming goes to YouTube or it's archived, people will watch it at their own convenience, not live.
I think what we're going to try to do, and this would have to be something that I would have to talk to you guys about more in the future, We would like to maybe redo the website, and have it more user-friendly, the schedule page, and be able to embed the links to the video that we archive into the schedule page.
That's wonderful.
But we don't archive everything, like we don't archive SAMN,
We don't know.
we don't archive, there's a couple of things that come that I don't, but for the most part, we
Is
can
that
do.
a whole redo of the website, or can we just add that functionality to it?
It's not a whole redo. It's. I have to talk to Colin. I've been trying to get a hold of him. He's the guy that helped us redo the website to begin with. He just got a full-time job, so we've been having a hard time meeting up. So we've been missing each other for 2 weeks. I would have to talk to him. It's probably something simple. I think he charges like $75 an hour. So if he could do it in 2 hours and it costs $150, then it might be worth it to go that way.
And he's already familiar with the website, so he would be able to do it faster than somebody else.
Right. But David would still be part of the process. I mean, he basically told me last week, like, I have a great vision. If you want to do it this way, I'm paid, I'm done, but I'm still part of this as long as you need me. So
That's nice.
we just have to get on board with Colin and
Which one's
try to.
David?
David's the one that you guys met here. The three of us have to meet, is what.
Yeah, but
happens.
he
Yeah.
needs to really make sure that whatever those next 3 options are, if we're gonna spend any time, are really, really, really options.
Yeah.
And whether he is really accurate on prices and whatever. I mean, because we spun a lot of wheels trying to get to this thing, and that's very disappointing.
I know. Trust me, when I called up and I had them on the phone, and I'm like, okay, I need to set this up and this up. Why are you gonna set those 2 things up together? Because your rep told me that it would serve this purpose. Hold on, let me put you on hold, let me ask somebody else. So he comes back, no, that's not gonna work. So I hang up, and I call back again to see if I can get somebody else, because I'm like, well, which person's wrong?
Right.
It was a nightmare, and I was very disappointed.
Well, that's
I-
why,
And plus,
I
I was
mean-
like, oh my god, the board's gonna kill me.
So
I
what do you?
can't hold you responsible, I can't hold him responsible,
I do
because
too.
we hired him to do this, you don't know this, so has the onus.
So while you're thinking about redoing the schedule on the website, did you figure out how to do the schedule on the PANDA scroll for the people that don't have access to the web?
That is a completely different thing. That's something that Time Warner had to set up, not one public access station in New
No, I
York
meant, we
State.
said we were gonna, on the
Oh, on the Panda Scroll, I
on the
have to talk
PANDA
to
scroll,
Chris. I have
to talk to Chris, right, about
Yeah,
how to do that, so.
I was hoping to see her tonight.
Even if something like you have where it says the village of Rhinebeck, the town of Rhinebeck, these are the meetings, so you don't, that's all covered in the
Mhm.
scroll. So we just were able to cover, like today at 2, at 5, at 7, we have these programs you might wanna see. I don't think you have to list the programs on the web that are on at midnight or 2 o'clock in the
Right.
morning. I mean,
Maybe just the new programs for that
just the new
upcoming week
programs or the
something.
programs that are on during like 9 to the morning till 10 at night that aren't the board meetings, which are not that many during the day, and that would at least give people from, early in the morning until bedtime, what programs might be interesting to see for them.
Right.
And then they would know, and they could set their recording
The thing
devices.
about the community calendar too, though, is that you have 100 slides in there. I mean, we have about, give or take, 100 slides all the time with all the different events. Not to mention the standard slides that show the board meeting and stuff like that. So I have it, it's 14 seconds, each slide stays up on the screen. So I have to leave about 10 minutes at the end of each board meeting for the entire calendar to scroll through. And it could possibly be buried in there. I have to talk to
I have a
Chris.
thought.
Talk to Chris.
I have a thought. Like they do on PBS, they used to do, they don't do anymore. But the station manager or a PA or a intern sits in front of the camera and says, coming up today, they do it 4 times a day, like the next 3
really?
hours, the next 3 hours,
How
the
did
next
they
3 hours.
program that? Did they program that
Like a-
everybody would know to tune in at 2 o'clock and they could find that?
No, it's just there, it's in between shows.
Okay.
Every once in a while it pops up saying coming up next,
That's a
boom,
good
boom,
idea.
boom.
That's fun.
They do it right to camera.
Yeah.
Turner Classic Movie
No
does
editing.
that.
Yeah,
So
right, Turner Classic Music.
Later
does that.
today at 5 o'clock, at 7 o'clock, at 9 o'clock, at 10 o'clock, these following movies will be showing.
I mean, and a week ahead of time, right?
Not necessarily. Like, I can't program next week at all until I get the meetings, because all the meetings happen next week. So I'll be programmed up until Monday by the end of this work week, but then Tuesday, if the meeting for Monday night, which is the Village of Red Hook, that airs Wednesday. So I spend my day Tuesday importing it and
Right.
getting it on disk and getting it into the computer. So that means not only would I have to do that on Tuesday, but I would need to sit in front of a camera, presumably by myself, because I'm the only person here, and tape this. It sounds like a great idea, and it could work in most
you
cases.
can do it with a cam that goes right into the computer. I mean, it doesn't have to be
Fancy schmancy,
fancy schmancy.
yeah.
Or it could just simply be some slides, extra slides to start with.
Yeah, but then how do you
Whatever.
program that?
I don't know. Chris, let's take
That's
up
the
to
thing,
Chris.
it goes into the
Yeah,
community
it goes into the
calendar and it
community
gets
calendar,
lost.
they'll
So
never see
if
it.
the slides are there, I don't know how actively people watch the community calendar. I know people used to watch the community calendar when it had music playing in the background.
Right.
Because they could clean their house and they'd tune in, but now there's no music with the TeleView server, so a lot of people tune out, and there's no sound, it's just video. So that's the other thing, is it gonna be worth the money that we're paying somebody to do, because Chris does a community calendar, you know, I mean, what, it might take her an extra 5 minutes a week, you might not even notice that she did the extra 5 minutes a week, but if
Maybe
anybody can be
Chris
seeing it.
Maybe Chris does it when she's here.
So that's what I'm thinking, that she would, because she updates that, and she knows that software like the back of her hand, so.
Well, why don't you talk to Chris? and
Yeah,
see
just
what
as a
you can do.
possibility. I mean,
Just
it's too
something
much. It's too
simple
much.
and easy,
Right.
doesn't
And the
can't
other
be a
thing
lot of
is-
work
Yeah.
because.
If it starts creating a lot of extra work, I was
No.
recently told to cut down to 20 to 25 hours a week, so
Who told
it was in an email that went out a couple months ago,
you? To whom?
from Dana to the entire board.
I never saw it.
Really?
I didn't see it.
You're the one that showed it to me.
I did.
Yeah,
I remember.
yeah.
But-
Reducing Chris's hours or your?
My hours.
Really?
Because I used to put in almost 35 to 40 hours a week.
Well, what were you supposed to put in according to our budget?
Nobody ever told me. I was hired as part-time
No, I think we had set. I think it was 20 hours. I think it was 20 hours a week.
when I started.
Yeah.
Really?
I think it's always been only supposed to be 20 hours a week. I mean, I don't know. That was the original construct.
Right.
I don't know what happened
And
since
when I
that
first-
very first day that we were here. And who's paid attention to that? So I don't know.
Right.
But I think that it was put in the budget 20 hours a week. Isn't that what it says, Marianne?
I'm gonna have to go back and look,
Why?
because I don't remember that at all.
Really? Come on.
Okay. I'm gonna move forward here.
Yeah.
'Cause we've only got
Alright.
2 points and.
I think it was always my impression that Danielle had a job to do. It's more like an executive job, so
Yeah.
whether you put in 10 hours to get the
Oh.
work done or 70 hours to get
Okay.
the work done, it's.
That was kind of always my understanding.
Okay, well that
too.
may be. that
And when
may
I
be-
first started and I was new, it was learning and a process.
Mm.
Now things just take me a shorter period of time. Now that I mean, I can do 2 things at once now, and so what used to take me 35 hours is only taking me 25 hours.
Because
now.
the salary is a flat rate, it's not
Exactly,
like getting paid
exactly.
hourly, it's not
Right.
that
Oh, I
exactly
thought
what
you
it is.
did pick it.
No, she
No.
doesn't get paid out.
When I started, I got paid hourly.
That's what I thought. Okay.
And then you guys voted to put me on salary.
Right.
Right, so we
Right.
just
Screw you.
assumed.
That was to
it
our
should go on.
advantage because
Yes, of course.
she's OCD and she just puts in more hours than are necessary, so.
All right.
No, alright. So, just as a reminder, we had a station outage March 13th to March 20th. That was because the server went down and I couldn't program anything, but I put in a new server and that's working very well,
Yeah,
actually.
we apologize for that, but, yeah, we had the server on maintenance, but we couldn't afford on-site maintenance, so the server had to be FedEx to the company. They actually worked out, they couldn't fix it, and they gave us a brand new one.
Right.
But it took about 6 days to get that out, back, and reprogram it up and running, and we apologize.
Is it a higher quality one?
It's got more space and it runs a little bit faster, so yeah, I would say so. Met a woman by the name of Marianne Arian. She is the head of the Alliance Community Media. She had called here looking for Bill because she had seen that he has been with Panda for a while and she had some questions for him. She does what I do in Putnam County. And she's also the chair of the Alliance Community Media, which is New York State Alliance. So she wants us to get involved, and she's doing a panel discussion on April 18th at 1 p.m. That's going to touch on the topics that are listed here, how public access and educational television is functioning in New York. Why, as a state, are we doing less than the rest of the region? I mean, if you look at public access in Maine or Vermont, it's incredible compared to New York State public access.
And where is this conference that she's?
Schenectady.
You know where?
The actual location, no, I don't. Why?
Well,
You're
because
interested?
we're telling people about it, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just kind of had a quick chat with her, just to get the basics down.
Is it something that you should go
'cause-
to?
Well, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to see, because she wanted Bill to be part of the panel, and then I said, well, if Bill's gonna go, maybe I should go with him, or maybe Dana or any of the other board members who are interested in coming. I said Dana, I meant to say David. I'm thinking
wondered
Jan.
why you were pointing at him saying.
Say Dana, yeah. Sorry, David. But you know, go up together and be part of the audience in this. So it's, but the thing is, she called me up yesterday, and the date's April 18th, which is next Saturday, and it's a Saturday,
Yeah.
which I don't mind. I'll go. You know, I don't mind going, but
Well, talk to Bill,
Yeah.
yeah.
he's feeling a little
We'll
better.
see what we
Rachel,
do.
We'll see what we figure out.
And there's probably a cost for going
Right,
for the conference, but there'll be travel expenses
well, gas
too.
and,
Oh,
Yeah.
to me, yeah.
Right, right.
well, we can
So-
pay mileage. sure.
Yeah, we can put it in here someplace. We
Um,
don't have such a thing, but it probably should go under office expense.
Sure.
we had to do it once before when I had to drive to
Yeah.
B&H. I don't remember how we did it.
Yeah.
I have equipment on here on my station manager's report because they stopped making the camera that I like so much.
Oh.
They don't manufacture it anymore, which I was just gonna buy it because we got the grant. But so now I'm researching something comparable. And the computer that I wanted to purchase, there was a discrepancy between the prices. Dana had written up the prices for the Frost grant and forwarded them to David.
Mhm.
If you look at what I sent Dana, the computer that I needed was over $2,000. For some reason, what Dana sent to David, it says $1,699. I don't know where the price difference went.
It's at 1100, actually.
Yeah.
Did it say that little?
Do we
Yes.
have to specifically spend it as we requested?
No, we don't. The camera was $10.99 to
$10.99.
$1,100, and the cameras were $45.83. So that was where the money came from. But
And the computer, I think, you were talking about a laptop and she was talking about a desktop.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can talk about that. I think we should move on the camera, at least to find a good camera, the wireless mics, the lights, the things you wanted to
I
get.
mean,
At
since
least
the
get the
second
camera
intern
underway.
quit, and you know, the only other when Matt came, he took a look and was able to fix that computer. The battery exploded in the laptop itself somehow, which is
Wow.
weird because that would be a heat thing.
Yep.
But I have it on a cooling fan. Like I bought specific cooling fans for the. So hopefully it doesn't happen again. So the computer isn't as necessary as I thought it was going to be in the beginning of the year.
But
But
we'll figure it out. I think you should first
I just
look,
don't know
since
which
the
one.
camera
See,
is
and
clear
figure
right
out how
now.
much that is too, and see if you can get a better, excuse me. I didn't
But
mean-
the prices of the cameras have dropped significantly over the past year since we originally applied for the grant. So we can, flexible to
Okay.
get a fancier computer and a less expensive camera if the prices have dropped. But at least you know the lights, the wireless mics, the tripod, the things that you wanted. At least that's straight and forward. Once you get a clarification of the camera you wanted, at least that purchase can be made. Then we can see what funds are left. And then we can look at what kind of computer we need
okay.
and stuff. So that was what I wanted to do with the Frost grant.
I also just wanted to mention that my intern Liz volunteered to tape a program that they had at the Star Library called Witness to History, which was a Rwandan genocide survivor. That was April 1st, and she's going to be helping David shoot for the Rhinebeck Historical Society on the 24th. And the last thing is, I couldn't remember, but did we say that we wanted to do some sort of press release that we got the grant?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. You should, right?
Yeah, we sent them a thank you letter
Yeah.
that,
I don't know if we will get any any press out of it, but,
I'm just trying to figure out who I would send
Could
the
it
press
just be a
release
letter
to.
to the editor about what a great thing this is, that this grant is here and that it's helping local communities, and we
Yeah.
were with the most recent.
yeah, I would say the
Recipients?
Register Star for one, because that's local. I don't know that the Poughkeepsie Journal would even pick it up.
No, but I think that the Chronicle would, and
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, I'll talk with Dana about, yeah.
Then, yeah.
See, there.
Dana, you are
Great.
missed.
Right, she's-
You are
I'm here
missed.
somewhere. All right, so, yes,
Hey,
I'll talk
guys.
to Danielle about that.
Okay.
We'll figure something
Yeah.
out.
What's the Chronicle? The Hudson River Chronicle.
Hudson
The River Chronicle, that's
Yeah, I
from
think-
Rhinebeck,
right.
Reddick, and Germantown.
Right,
I
I
want
think
them
it's
to hear you
produced by the
say
Register
That's the
Star.
new paper.
I know.
But,
I'm sorry.
And a good job
So-
you're doing, and congratulations on your awards.
yeah.
So,
That's my station manager.
All right.
so the next thing on the agenda I had was to reach out to the public for more volunteers. The reason why we asked for grant for the additional cameras is because we want more events in the community filmed so we can air them on PANDA. And our mission here is to get community people who want to tape events that their organization is putting on, train them. Danielle would train them to do it. We'd shoot the video, we'd get it up on PANDA. So please contact us if you would like to have some training in how to use a camera, and then we let you loan the camera and shoot the event. I know there are a lot of events going on in the 5 towns, and it'd be great to get more of them filmed and more of them up on PANDA. That's our mission.
Even if you don't think you could do a great job, a job is better than no job. So
Right.
I think it's worth picking up a camera and shooting something.
Sure.
Because we'd like to get these events up and running.
Mhm.
So,
And Danielle can't be everywhere.
right, so give us a call.
What's our number?
845-757-2632.
One more, please.
845-757-2632.
Call now.
I'll flash it on the screen. That's gonna be
But
awesome.
wait, there's more.
Exactly. You can have Mary Ann for an evening. Drinks, dinner.
You could,
Sorry, I have no boundaries.
also, finding ways to attract more programming, to get people to send us programs so that, Danielle has a larger choice of what to air and how to air it. So,
You know,
if you,
there is another. I keep interrupting you. I'm sorry.
that's all right, go ahead.
No, go
Because you have no
finish.
boundaries.
So if you know events are being filmed, or if someone is filming an event for an organization, in the area, and you say, wow, give Panda a call and get them to film of that. It'd be great publicity for the organization to have it up on Panda, and contact us. We want to get more programming. We're not getting the amount of programs that we used to get submitted to Danielle. So please think of it. If you see something being filmed, give us a call. Get us a copy.
50th anniversary parties that your local here happening in town. It can be personal. It can be interesting. It can be anything.
One of the churches in the village of Red Hook is having their 300th anniversary this year.
Wow. Are they making a
It's,
film?
No.
Hi.
I have to talk to
Which
someone.
church is that?
It's the Lutheran Church.
Which
Saint-
one?
St. Paul's.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there'll be a big party, the event,
Oh,
the
yeah.
speakers.
They have lots of
Somebody should
events,
film it,
yeah.
and we've got Danielle, and we have one college student this semester, so we can't really get out there and film these events. Panda is your station, and we'd like volunteers, we'd like people to get out there and shoot these events and get them up on the air for the community to see. So think of us. We have, as you've seen tonight, Bill was not feeling well, and Dana needs an alternate.
Yeah,
So-
person here.
We have no person, so we have a new mayor in Tivoli, and I asked Danielle if she would email him. And we have a person from Tivoli who's interested in becoming a board member, and if you could just check with her, and then send them an email this week and say we really need, just a simple action to have the board pass this person as being the board member, and then we'll have another board member.
I think the
And
town has to support, to recommend them first, right?
Yes.
Is that
I
how?
think they do.
Yeah, the town has to recommend
Yeah.
them first, and then we can just say yes. Actually, we can't
Well,
even say
no,
yes.
we don't have any say, but if we have somebody in mind, we can always
Yes,
recommend it to
yes.
the town
Right,
to
right, yes,
recommend it to
yes.
the
And,
village, yeah, in this case.
I thought the village could just do it directly.
They can, but
Yes,
it
yes.
has to be their choice, but
The
if we
community
have
picks the
somebody in
person and
mind-
tells us this is
Yeah.
what we have. And I've spoken to the mayor of Rhinebeck about it, the backup for me. We really need to look, like I read the charter, and it says we're supposed to have 5 board members, 5 alternates, and 2 from the schools. And we don't seem to have a Rhinebeck or Red Hook representative, and there's a lot of stuff going on. There's sports at the schools, there are plays, there's always plays going on in the
That's
spring.
copyright issues,
Yeah.
though, you can't take
Oh, you
those.
can't take those?
Do you have a form for people to release their copyright for PANDA?
I do have a consent form, but
Is it online with the other forms?
no, it's not. Dana and I put it together a couple of years ago because I thought when I'm going out taping, say, Joe Schmo's event at, the Village Hall where they're doing a book reading, I thought I would have to get their signature to release it, but
But
at the time, Dana said it's public access.
Right.
I don't think you really need to worry, and it's never been a problem, so I've never collected a release form.
But you did the recording. Like if the school does the recording and sends it to us, the school has the copyright, right?
Once they send it to us, it becomes ours. Because they send it to us with a form. The form that they send us, the series request form or their single program request form,
They're signing
basically
that.
states, once you give it to PANDA, we can do whatever we want with
I
it.
could do that with Amen. Right?
Meaning, what would I do with Say Amen?
To put it on our YouTube channel.
Oh, YouTube's a different thing. I don't think I need any. I just need a verbal yes. And
Okay.
if they're putting it on YouTube, then I just need their links to, which I could grab off of YouTube from their YouTube page
Okay.
to put it on the website.
Yeah.
But for plays and stuff, you have to pay
That would
Pay to
playwright.
use the play.
And it's big
But
money.
the thing is, every time I come into the village of, the town of Rhinebeck, in the village every year, there's a big sign up there, Rhinebeck is state champions, there's a state champions. Somebody must have gone and shot the championship basketball game, or championship softball game, or whatever it was, and that'd be great to have that, running on PANDA showing, one of the towns being champions, and so we really would like to get some of the school programs. We should have at least a rep. I don't know how we reach out to the superintendents of Rhinebeck and Red Hook and say, is someone interested? Because there's also stuff going on at the schools. They all have film programs and the kids learn to shoot movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And to get the high school kids involved in PANDA. But we're just shooting out a lot of ideas of how we'd like to, get PANDA more involved in things tonight. Just thinking about stuff, so.
And you have an alternate already. Rebecca is your alternate.
For the
No, Rebecca's
No,
Ted's alternate.
Rebecca's mine.
Village of Red Hook,
Oh, right.
I don't have one in the village of Rhinebeck.
Uh-huh.
And Bill has one for the town of Rhinebeck. I have to get one for the village of Rhinebeck.
And I have one for the town of Red Hook.
We also we're going to schedule some training sessions for Bill and myself. But Dana was going to teach us how to run the
Danielle.
station. Danielle,
Oh.
you started it. It's like someone yawns and then everybody starts yawning in the room. Danielle is going to teach Bill and I how to run the TV station, so we'd have some backup.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Also,
They get into
apparently,
a car accident. And
apparently Dana has
Yeah.
a key to the front door. She did it. We had a key to the front door,
Oh, we gotta get our key back from Dana.
and so Bill and I could get a copy for Bill and I, so we can get in. It was an emergency, and Danielle's not
And
around. We
Chris
can get in
knows
and
how
push
to
a
run
button
the
and get the
station.
station back up if we notice it's not up.
Chris.
We'll talk about that.
Okay.
So Bill and I want to be trained in how to use the station, and
Good.
but this is just the start of like how the things that we want to start moving on. But we need more board members, and we need
We need more community members.
and more community members to move forward with
We need
your
your
television
help.
station.
Right.
So any other old business? No.
Nope.
And anything new except what we've discussed already? All right, do I have a motion to adjourn? I'll second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We're adjourned, and we will see you next month. Enjoy the warm weather. It looks like winter is finally over.
Mm.
From your lips to God's
What's the
ears.
next?
Really?